In life, every one of us wants to become something. We dream of success, of greatness, of living a meaningful life. We read quotes, watch motivational videos, and feel a sudden burst of energy, a fire that says, yes, I'll change my life starting today. But for most people, that fire fades after a few days. Why? Because motivation alone is not enough. To truly change your life, you need discipline. Let me tell you a story that explains this truth better than anything else. In a small town surrounded by green fields and tall mountains, there lived a young man named Ethan. He was bright, curious, and full of dreams. Every morning, he imagined himself as a successful person, a scientist, a writer, maybe even a leader. He wanted to do something great that would make his parents proud. Every night before sleeping, Ethan would watch motivational videos on his phone. He would listen to speakers saying things like, "You can do it," or "Success is yours if you believe." And every time his heart would fill with energy, he would tell himself, "From tomorrow, I'll study for 6 hours every day. I'll exercise. I'll fix my routine." He would even make a to-do list before bed. But when the next morning came, he would snooze his alarm and say, "Just 5 more minutes." Then an hour would pass, and another day would be lost. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. And every time Ethan failed to keep his promise, he felt a little more disappointed in himself. One afternoon, Ethan sat near the old park bench with his head down. He whispered, "Why am I like this? Why can't I stay consistent?" At that moment, his friend Ben walked by. Ben was different. He woke up early every day, went jogging, attended his classes on time, and slowly kept improving. He wasn't the smartest person around, but his consistency made him shine. Ethan asked, "Ben, how do you do it? You seem to stay motivated every single day. Don't you ever feel lazy like me?" Ben smiled softly. "Of course I do. But I don't rely on motivation. I rely on discipline." Ethan frowned. "Discipline? Isn't motivation the real key to success?" Ben shook his head. "No, my friend. Motivation starts the journey, but discipline finishes it. Come with me tomorrow morning. I'll show you something." The next morning before sunrise, Ethan met Ben near the riverbank. The air was cool, the birds were still quiet, and a soft mist covered the water. An old fisherman sat nearby, throwing his net into the river with calm, practiced movements. Ben smiled and said, "Grandpa, could you tell Ethan the story you once told me?" The fisherman turned toward Ethan. His face was wrinkled, but his eyes shone with peace. He said, "Do you see this river, young man? I come here every single day, rain or shine, storm or cold. I throw my net, sit, and wait. Some days I catch a lot, some days a few, and some days nothing at all." Ethan asked, "Then why don't you take a break on the days you don't feel like coming?" The old man chuckled. "Because this isn't about feeling. This is my responsibility. If I only came when I felt like it, my family would go hungry." He looked deep into Ethan's eyes and said, "Motivation is like a flash of lightning, bright for a moment, then gone. But discipline is like the sunrise. It may rise slowly, but it never fails to come." The fisherman continued, "Let me tell you a story I once heard, the story of the bamboo tree. A farmer planted a bamboo seed. Every day he watered it, gave it sunlight, and took care of the soil. 1 year passed, nothing. 2 years, still nothing. 3, 4 years, still no sign of growth. People laughed at him. They said, "You're wasting your time. There's nothing growing there." But the farmer kept going. He believed in the process. Then in the 5th year, something incredible happened. Within just 6 weeks, the bamboo grew 90 feet tall. Do you know why, Ethan? Ethan shook his head. The fisherman said softly, because for 4 years, the bamboo was growing underground, building its roots, making its foundation strong. If it had grown tall without strong roots, the first wind would have broken it. He paused and said, discipline is like those roots. You may not see results today, but you're building strength inside you. If you stay patient and consistent, one day you'll rise higher than you ever imagined. Ethan went home that day in deep thought. He realized he had been waiting for motivation all this time. But what he really needed was discipline. So he made a promise to himself, no matter how I feel, I'll follow my routine. The next morning, he woke up early, and though his body screamed to sleep, he got up. He studied even when he didn't feel like it. He exercised even when he was tired. He avoided wasting time on his phone. He didn't aim to be perfect, only to be consistent. Days passed, then months, then years. Slowly, his hard work began to show. He became stronger, smarter, and more confident